What's going on, Raider Nation? I am Raider Glenn Diesel, and thank you for tuning in to another great episode of Commitment to Bring You Excellent Podcast. Man, the NFL is crazy. It was just a couple weeks ago that we were just in the Super Bowl, and now 2 days from now, or 3 days from now, we're going to have the scouting combine. So that's creeped up on us pretty fast. And then a couple weeks after that, it's a free agency. Free agency opens. So it's fast and the furious. So usually what I do is I usually try to break down the Raiders roster and try to see what the Raiders are going to need based off the free agents that they have, and do a podcast on who I think they're going to keep and who I think is probably going to walk. And then, we'll do a free agent podcast, basically, looking at some prospect or looking at some free agents that the Raiders should be looking at, and then do a scouting prospect scouting combine podcast. So with the scouting combine in a couple of days, I had to kind of flip that a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of blend in some of the free or some of the roster, but I will be doing a full breakdown of that, and I will have a special guest on with me when I do that. So I'm gonna have my cousin jump on with me, man. We talk Raiders all the time. 24 Raider Way is going to be tuning in with me, giving his perspective as well. So kind of what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit, and then jump into what you guys came to see and listen to, which is some of the prospects that we should be keeping our eyes on at the scouting combine that fits the Raiders scheme. So looking at the roster and looking at some of the holes that we're going to have on this team, running back, we have two on the roster, and one of those guys is headlined by Ashton Jeanty. Our offensive line, we have three. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have about 8 linemen on the roster. 3 of those guys are starters: Jackson Powers-Johnson, Caleb Rogers, and Colton Miller. So we're definitely going to be looking at 2 offensive linemen somewhere, either in free agency or the draft. We'll probably do both because we need some depth. We need to start building more high-level prospects, more talented prospects in the cupboard. So that way, if something happens, the starters go down, we have some viable depth pieces behind them developing. So we do know offensive line is going to be a huge emphasis and a huge need. Looking at wide receivers, we have looks like we have about 5 receivers on the roster, headlined by Jack Bash, Dante Thornton, Trey Tucker. I think we have Shadwick Jackson, and Philip Dorsett. So again, we need a viable number one receiver, again, somewhere in free agency, and then, like I said, or the draft, or both, so that way everybody can kind of slot in their natural positions. Last year we tried to put certain pieces and certain players out of their role. So getting a viable wide receiver can kind of slot, Jack Besh and the number 2 receiver, Trey Tucker, third, number 3 receiver, in the slot type receiver or whatever, so that way they can complement and build around Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer. So that's another area of need. So we're looking at running back, wide receiver, and tackles and inside O line, centers and guards. So so basically not knowing what they're going to do in free agency, and then what I like to do is when I do scout these prospects, and when I go in looking at Senior Bowl, East West Shrine, and then scouting combines and stuff like that, I really look for the height, weight, speed, when they do their drills, and see if what I'm seeing on film correlates and translates to what they do in their drills. Say for instance on cornerbacks. Just give me an example. If I see on film that they have smooth back pedals, that they get in and out of their jumps on the ball, turning and flipping their hips and running with the receiver, down the field. How smooth is that? When the ball's in the air, are they high pointing the ball? How's their hand-eye coordination? When the ball's in the air, are they being aggressive? Are they being passive? Do they have hands? Stuff like that. So when I go into watching these events, I'm looking at that. I don't so much care, about all the other stuff or whatever. It's just what I see, and then based off of if they run a fast 40, then I'm kind of like, whoa, wow, he was kind of faster than what I thought he was. So then I kind of go back and then I kind of look at the film or whatever, and then kind of see, why, like, that didn't jump off, when I watched, or is it something that I missed or whatever. So now a lot of these players that I'm going to talk about is basically prospects that fits the Kubiak scheme. So, and I'm doing the offensive side of the ball first, and then I'll do another podcast with the defensive side. So this is going to be pretty much, again, focusing on the offensive line, and that's tackles and inside O line. That's running backs. That's wide receivers, and just kind of give you guys, some names to kind of get an idea of, okay, well, I heard this name, what I'm saying? So what is, I heard, Redder Glenn Diesel talk about this prospect or whatever. So let me see what they do. Let me see how fast they run, or let me see them do their drills and stuff like that. So I'm going to start with the offensive line, and we'll kind of break down some prospects together. So, all right, here we go. So the first prospect that I want to talk about is going to be tackle from Miami, Francis Mayowa. He's 6'6", 315. He's built like a refrigerator with legs. His 315-pound frame carries elite muscle density that allows him to absorb contact and redistribute power through defenders at the point of attack. His anchor is absolutely ridiculous. Bull rushers hit a brick wall when they engaged his chest plate, and he as rarely surrenders ground even against the most violent power moves in college football. Hands arrive with bad intentions. His initial punch lands with conclusive force, stunning defenders at first contact and allowing him to dictate the tempo of every rep from jump. So again, what I'm gonna kind of do is give you guys a little bit of their scouting report based off their size, and then again we'll reevaluate kind of what you see. So based off of what what that bio said, he's violent in his hands. He's agile. And his feet is very very fluid and stuff like that. So I want to see that in the drills. Come when I guess whenever the offensive line do their drills. Second prospect is going to be tackle from Utah, Spencer Fanu. Spencer Fanu is 6'6", 307. Fanu moves like a tight end trapped in a tackle's body, showing exceptional lateral agility and body control when climbing to the second level or adjusting in space against moving targets. Flies out of his stance with rare explosiveness, consistently beating defenders to the spot on reach blocks and pull assignments where quickness determines his success. Possesses outstanding balance and recovery skills that allows him to escape compromising positions, finding his footing even after absorbing initial push from bull rush. So again, another agile lineman that is quick on his feet, is able to readjust and get back to balance, even if he is kind of beat off the initial snap, which is good. A lot of that's a lot of linemen's downfall. If they get beat on the first step of the explosiveness of a defensive end, they're cooked. So sounds like he has the ability to be able to, if he is, or if the defender is quick out of his stance, he's able to quickly get in a position, set his feet, and have enough strength to be able to take on the violent bull rush. So that's pretty promising there. The next prospect is Fanu's teammate from Utah. We got Caleb, we got Caleb Lomu. He's 6'6", 305. Lomu fires out of his stance with uncommon bursts for his size. So again, Utah had two bookend tackles, and Fanu and Lomu, and they both have explosiveness out of their stance. They're quick, they're agile. Hands arrive with impressive timing and violence and pass protection. And once he gets a grip on the defender's chest plate, that's a wrap. The rep is basically essentially over because his fingers lock like vice grips. Stays tall through contact and maintains excellent posture when setting up pass protection, rarely ducking his head or leaning towards in ways that invite counter moves from savvy pass rushers. So again, very agile, violent with his hands, able to hold of the pass rusher, and based off the bio, once he has his hands on you, it's a wrap. He's pretty much got vice grip hands. So again, a lot so far. You know what I'm saying, the first three prospects sounds pretty promising. Again, we need elite talent coming into the building, and so far with the three prospects that I just broke down, sounds like if one of those three was able to join the Raiders, we would have a pretty much set tackle, for years to come. So, all right, get into the next prospect. So the next prospect is Georgia's tackle, Monroe Freeling. Freeling is 6'7", 315. He has rare combination of height, wingspan, and foot speed for the position. His 5.10 40 and 84-inch wingspan give him a physical toolkit most tackles simply cannot replicate. Pass protection numbers are legitimately impressive, allowing only 2 sacks across 390 pass blocking snaps in 2025 while at Georgia. Trusting him solo on the island against quality SEC edge rush talent. They did that pretty much all season. And again, he only gave up 2 sacks across 390 pass blocking snaps. So that's pretty awesome. Lateral agility stands out on tape when mirroring speed rushers off the edge. He stays square and slides his feet with the kind of fluidity you rarely see from a man his size. So again, kind of 4 for 4 on his feet being agile, being fluid, being able to get off on blocks, violent. Pass protection is solid, and again, you would expect that in the scheme that Klint Kubiak is going to run. That zone blocking, outside zone blocking scheme. You have to be able to be mobile. You have to be able to be agile. You have to have good feet. You have to be able to get out on screens. You got to be able to stretch, on that zone for the running back to be able to cut back, and then climb up to the next level to get to the cornerbacks, get to the safeties or whatever. So again, that's 4 pretty much clean prospects that we've looked at so far. Next prospect is tackle from Northwestern, Caleb Tiernan. He is 6'7", 325. Tiernan's foot quickness belies his massive frame. He mirrors speed rushers with ballet-like agility in his kick slide. His anchor strength shows up when bull rushers try to walk him back to the quarterback. He plants those size 17s and stone walls power rushers. Hand technique looks like a boxer instructor's dream with precise timing and violent punch delivery. So again, sounds pretty promising. And also too, didn't touch on this earlier, but have you noticed the size of these guys? They're all 6 plus. They're all 3, 10 plus. I mean, we got a 315, and now Tiernan's 325. Again, they're all 6'6" or taller. So very big and agile and strong tackles. This class is pretty solid. This is one of the best. This is the best time and best opportunity right now. For the Raiders to strike gold. They got 10 picks. You know what I'm saying? So they can, and they got over 100 plus mil in cap space for free agency or whatever. So they can do a lot of year one, setting that foundation on this rebuild, on the start of this rebuild. We can do a lot of the heavy lifting pretty much in year one if done the right way. So again, it looks like, we're about 5 for 5 on the tackles. I got a couple more that I want to kind of throw out there to you guys to keep an eye on at the scouting combine. Next tackle that I want to talk about is going to be Clemson's Blake Miller. Blake Miller is 6'6", 315. He gets out of his stance with a long, explosive kick step that eats up ground and allows him to establish his pass set arc before speed rushers can turn the corner. His hands carry real pop at the point of attack, and when he times his initial punch correctly, edge rushers feel his pop with every blow in their chest, and they lose their planned rush path. Excellent awareness and communication against line games, picking up stunts and twists with the kind of pitcher catcher timing that takes years to develop. So another thing too, all of these guys has 3 years or more experience. So they've been through the mill. You know what I'm saying? As far as with the repetitions or whatever. So and like these guys are 3 year starters. So again, they have put in their time and they're well established and can definitely step in year one if needed. Again, not knowing what the Raiders are going to do in free agency or whatever, but we should feel confident that if they do get one of these guys with the coaching that we now have on this staff, we got a lot of developers and a lot of teachers. So I feel confident that even if they're not, again, it's a different game, coming from the college to the NFL, there is some things that, you're going to have to transition and learn because it's a different game, but they have all the tools, they have all the ability. If coached up right and developed right, they can definitely hit the field sooner rather than later. So I think I got two more for you guys. To prospects to take a look at. The next prospect is going to be Max Ianhaker or Hanker. Sorry if I pronounced his name wrong. He's from Arizona State. He's 6'6", 325. His feet is absurdly quick for a 325-pound man. The basketball and soccer background shows up in every lateral slide and movement in the pocket. When he redirects, he makes the redirection that he makes at the line of scrimmage. You can definitely see that on tape. He carries legitimate length at 34.5-inch arms, giving him a wide catch radius that forces wrestlers into uncomfortable angles before they can threaten his chest plate. He has natural hip fluidity, allows him to mirror speed off the edge, stay connected through the arc of the rush without lunging and losing his leg base. So why is that important? We've seen that in the Super Bowl with Will Campbell. Again, that was one of the weaknesses and one of the knocks of him coming out of college was that he had shorter arms, right? So, and also too, one of the things that hurts young linemen transitioning from the college level to the NFL is because the speed of the game in the NFL is a lot faster, right? So even though they're able to do everything that I just kind of explained to you guys with every prospect, the speed of the game is different. But again, with the ability to be fluid in the hips and being agile and stuff like that, they can grasp it a little quicker, right? But what I was going with that of what we've seen in the Super Bowl, you've seen actually in the whole playoffs, Will Campbell got ate up by the pass rush, right? Because again, he was lunging, he was trying to anticipate, the defenders was kind of setting him up, and then, getting going one way and then, doing a spin move or doing a club move or doing a bull rush or whatever. Once, they noticed that he didn't have his base. He was not set again because he was trying to guess. He was trying to anticipate because he couldn't get his hands or he couldn't get his arms, on the defender. Right. So he was pretty much compromised, with Ianhanger. He has 34 and a half inch wingspan. So he has the long reach to be able to, again, keep the defenders at bay and keep them, having to or have them go wider because, again, he has his long wingspan or whatever. So that gives the quarterback just a little bit more time to be able to get the playoffs. So that's a huge benefit and a huge strength for Mr. Max. So I got one more lineman to cover with you guys, and then we'll move on to the next tier or next prospects. All right, so the last tackle prospect that I want to talk about is Austin Barber from Florida. He's 6'7", 318. He has exceptional lateral agility, allows him to mirror speed rushers and maintain pocket integrity against athletic edge defenders. Natural arm length creates early engagement opportunities and controls the point of attack in hand-to-hand combat sequences. Zone blocking maestro, who consistently beats defenders to their landmarks with explosive first step quickness and balance. All right, so we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we did 8 tackle prospects, and each and every one of them, again, fits the profile of what Clint Kubiak and John Spatek, our GM, is going to be looking for. And a lot of these guys, like Mayo, is going to be in the top 10. Fanu is going to be mid first. Lomu is going to be late first. Freeling is going to be mid second. Tiernan is going to be late second. Blake Miller is going to be third round. Max Ian Hanker is going to be third round, and Austin Barber is going to be third round. That's just projected. Like I said, anything can happen in the draft. A lot of players, get pushed up. A lot of players get pushed back. So again, that's just to project it. So depending on, again, what we do in free agency, there's going to be some solid tackles for us to be able to choose from, depending on what's the, which one that the scouting department is going to like. So anyway, that concludes that part of it. The next I'm going to talk about is going to be the inside O-line prospects. All right, so next up is going to be the guard position. The first person I want to talk about is Olavega Leone. He's 6'4", 330 from from Penn State. Leone's pass protection is his calling card, and it translates immediately to Sundays, and will translate immediately to Sundays. 0 sacks, 0 hits, and only 4 hurries across 613 snaps in 2025 tells you everything about his ability to keep quarterbacks clean. Sets anchors like he's got roots growing into the turf. Bull rushers who think they can walk this man back into the pocket are wasting their time because he is simply will not budge and give up ground. His grip strength borders are unfair. Once those hands latch onto the defender's chest plate, the rep is over because nobody is ripping free from that vice, no matter how many counter moves they try. So again, solid prospect. Again, fits the Kubiak scheme, especially being able to have the middle. You want your middle, your Garson and guard stout. You want them being bullies. You want them being to where they can protect the quarterback and not have that pocket collapsing on them. You want to basically do a horseshoe. You want to basically have this big like force field. That the quarterback can kind of maneuver and slide or whatever. You know what I'm saying, and be able to pick out his targets, whatever. So you want that to be clean. You don't want that being able to collapse and be in the pocket of the quarterback. So again, kind of 1-for-1 on the guard prospect. All right, the next prospect is going to be Emmanuel Pregnon from Oregon. He's 6'5", 318. His core strength and lower body power generates immediate displacement at the point of attack, whether driving defensive tackles backward or double teams or clearing running lanes on gap schemes that demand violent engagement and sustained push. Hand placement arrives with precise timing and jarring force, establishes a first contact on his terms before defenders can execute their rush plan, stunning them with violent strikes that sets the tone for the entire rep. His anchor against power rushers is damn near immovable, with the mass and base width to absorb pass rushers without surrendering an inch, making him a rock against teams that try to win with pure strength up the middle. So again, another solid guard. And we've seen it. We've seen it throughout the year, protecting Dante Moore. We also seen it if, a lot of Raider Nation, was watching pretty much every Fernando Mendoza game. So because, again, we got the number one pick. He is the number one quarterback. And it's about 99.9% that Mr. Fernando Mendoza is going to be a Raider. So a lot of us is probably watching his games. And, if you watch the Indiana-Oregon game, you saw a lot of Emmanuel Pregnon as far as being able to hold his own against that Indiana pass rush. So very solid prospect. Definitely someone to keep your eye on. All right, so this next guy is one of my favorites. He might be my favorite, but he's definitely one of my favorites. It's going to be Iowa's guard, Jennings Dunker. He's 6'5", 320. Dunker generates violent movement at the point of attack with exceptional leg drive and upper body torque that consistently displaces defenders in the run game. Once his hands land clean, defenders are locked in place. His grip strength and ability to steer blocks is among the best in this class. Plays with nasty disposition that shows up on every snap. Finishes blocks with bad intentions and keeps grinding well after the whistle. He's a monster. His anchor is sturdy enough to absorb bull rushes without giving ground. Rarely gets walked back into the quarterback lap on power moves. He's just nasty. If you guys, if any of you out there watched the Senior Bowl and going through and watching the drills, I mean, he was bringing it, and he was just, he was just talking too, man. He was just talking trash, he definitely let everybody know that he was there, that he was somebody that you're gonna have to deal with all day for 7 days. And he's one of my favorites. I got quite a few favorites in this draft at different positions. And as far as the O-line, there's several of these Iowa guys, man, that I absolutely love. But he's definitely one of those guys, man. Like, once you see him, if you've watched any of his games, or if you watched any of his tape or whatever, or when you watch the scouting combine, you'll see what I'm talking about. This dude is nasty. All right, so this next guy that I want to talk about is Dunker's teammate, Iowa, Bo Stevens. He's 6'5", 315. Bo, now again, I was kind of watching, going back and watching some of Dunker's tape, and then, like I said, while watching him, Bo, I kind of jumped off, the screen a little bit. So I was like, okay, so let me check out, both of them or whatever. So I started checking out both of them or whatever, and then I kind of went back and was looking at some of Bo's film and stuff. His 2023 film was, it was okay. It wasn't, nothing to kind of write about, but he was a sophomore. So I kind of chalked it up, okay, so he's young. I'm saying now he's a sophomore or whatever. He did kind of gradually get better throughout the film and stuff that I watched. And then in 2024, um, he got hurt, and he was kind of in and out of the lineup and stuff in 2024. Put up, okay, film or whatever, but again, he was hurt most of the year. But this year, he put it all together, and he has some really good film this year. So on this prospect, it's like, okay, if we, draft them or whoever drafts them or whatever, they're going to have to look at, okay, are we getting the guy, or is this the guy that was kind of average in 2023, started showing a little bit of flashes or whatever. Again, he was a sophomore. Then junior year was getting, a little better, whatever. Got hurt, come back from an injury, and was kind of, had some flashes or whatever again. But he got hurt, and he got, I think he got hurt twice that year, but he put it all together this year. So it's like, okay, is it that in the past, and are we drafting? Is he going to be what he showed on tape this year? And I think what he showed this year is going to be what you're going to get out of Stevens. He fires off the snap with a violent intent on combination blocks, generating real pop in his second and third steps to uproot defenders at the point of attack. He owns a nasty snatch trap counter that flips the leverage of the defender when rushers try to walk him back with the bull rush on long arm techniques. Rarely is beaten through his chest in pass protection, thanks to a sturdy natural anchor that lets him absorb and reset against power. So again, you got to ask yourself whenever you're looking at this prospect, or you draft this prospect, are we getting what we've seen in 2025, or is this still kind of a work in progress, or is he going to get back to, or are we drafting what we, the guy that was in 23 and 24 that was just kind of average or whatever? So, and he's only projected to go in the 5th round again because of the tape that he had in 23 and 24. A lot of teams are probably going to be a little scared to jump on him early, but getting him in the 5th round, from what I've seen in this year's tape, would be a steal. If he turns into what he put out this year, he's going to be a solid guard. So I think that's going to be it for the guards. I got a couple of center prospects that I want to that you guys know about, so that way you can check them out at the Scouting Combine. All right, so this next guy, I absolutely love. He's another one of these prospects, man, on the offensive line that that I just absolutely fell in love with. Now, he does not fit the Kubiak scheme. Now, I'm not saying that he can't run it. It's, you can be taught the scheme, but I threw him in here, man, just because just watching him, I was like, okay, as a center, this is, you're absolutely will fall in love with him, and he has everything that that it takes to be a solid center in the NFL. So I threw him on the list. It is Kansas Sam Heck. He's 6'4", 300 pounds. He's thick. He's well balanced build that allows him to absorb initial contact and holds his ground at the point of attack without giving up the pocket. Outstanding pass protection efficiency across 2 full seasons as a starter, surrendering 0 sacks and only 2 quarterback hits in his time at Kansas. Keeps his elbows glued tight and places his hands inside the chest plate with precision, giving wrestlers nothing to swipe at or manipulate. He reads post-snap movement and defensive line games quickly. Rarely is fooled by twists, stunts, or late arriving a gap blitzers. So again, he doesn't have, or he's not one of the scheme guys that I told you that I was going to talk about in this podcast, but I couldn't leave him off. I mean, he just absolutely just one of the best center prospects that I evaluated in this class. So I threw him on the list. Again, it's not like he can't be taught the zone blocking scheme, but again, just a lineman, just a center that again keep your eye on at the scouting combine and check out what he does next week. All right, the next prospect is getting back to one of the prospects that I scouted for Clint Kubiak's zone blocking scheme. It is Alabama's Parker Braisford. He's 6'2", 290. He has outstanding zone blocking instincts with the processing speed to identify stunts, games, and late blitzes while maintaining proper leverage and balance positioning throughout. Exceptional mobility in space that enables him to climb to the second level effectively and seal off running lanes with coordinated footwork and balanced pad level. Demonstrates remarkable competitive fire and sustained effort through the whistle, constantly clawing and scrapping to maintain contact even when initially beaten. Shows impressive versatility, having started games at right guard for Washington, proving his ability to handle multiple responsibilities along the entire line. So again, this is someone that can slide to the guard spots if needed. So he has that versatility that teams absolutely love. They normally don't like just one prospect fitting one position, because you can only carry so many people on the roster, right? You can only suit up so many on game day. So you got to be able to be versatile and be able to play multiple positions. So he has that ability to do so. So again, another a solid, clean prospect to keep your eye on at the scouting combine. All right, and lastly, at the center position, another one of the prospects, man, that I absolutely love. Again, thanks to Jennings Dunker, I was able to see Bo Stevens and see this guy, and fall in love. So as you see, there's a trend. I love all three of these Iowa guys. I love Dunker, and Jones I absolutely love. Stevens, he's kind of growing on me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did put some solid tape this year, but Logan Jones, he's 6'3", 302. I absolutely love this dude here. His foot speed shows up on tape every time he climbs to the second level and beats linebackers to the spot. His pass protection grade is elite and is backed up by allowing one sack across 2 full seasons. He uses a tight, well-timed jump set to cut off the rusher's runaway before contact even develops. On combo blocks, he executes the overtake cleanly and finishes the drive phase with enough pop to actually move people. He doesn't just sustain, he steers defenders out of the running lane. His lateral agility is pass pro is legitimate. He mirrors counter moves across his face without lunging. which means he stays square and in control rather than giving rushers a free lane to the quarterback. So again, those are some solid inside linemen. Three of them are from Iowa. And if you guys have been keeping up with the news, it's probably not a coincidence and no wonder that Clint Kubiak signed Omar Young, which was the running backs coach there in Iowa, as our running backs coach, because again they run that zone blocking scheme that Kubiak loves. When I got the running backs coach from Iowa, there's three solid offensive linemen in this draft that you can pluck from. And looking at the pass grades or projections, Logan Jones is projected in the fourth. Gunnar or Jennings Dunker is late second, and Boo Stevens is fifth round projection. So again, these are late round guys that we can definitely be looking at come draft time. But check these guys out at the scouting combine. All right, the next group that I want to talk about is going to be the running back group. First on the list is going to be Notre Dame's Jadarian Price. He's 5'11", 209. Price runs with nasty physicality through contact, consistently churning through arm tackles and falling forward for extra yards. Shows exceptional patience setting up blocks, which is good for the zone blocking scheme that will be ran by Kubiak. Before exploding through creases and suddenly accelerating that catches linebackers flat-footed. Displays elite contact, balance, and leg drive, averaging 4.57 yards after contact per attempt in meaningful action. Brings legitimate home run speed once he hits the second level, clocking at a 4.440 that shows up on film. Which again, that's something that we're going to be looking for at the combine. It is if he truly runs a 4.440. He has natural hands out of the backfield with smooth route running ability to split out wide and threaten vertically. He has special teams value as a dangerous kick returner with his track speed and track background and field vision to take it to the house. So, again, I know we got Ashton Jeanty, but again, we don't have anything beyond Ashton Jeanty. So we need to be looking for a 1-2 punch. We need to be looking for someone that has similar skill sets as Ashton Jeanty and that can fit in the scheme that is going to be ran by Clint Kubiak. So he is definitely one to keep an eye on. All right, next on the list is Washington's running back Jonah Coleman. He's 5'9", 228. He has a compact, low-to-the-ground frame, generates natural leverage at the point of attack, allowing him to run through arm tackles and consistently churn forward after initial contact. Outstanding feel for zone blocking schemes where he is patient and timing allows blocks to develop before slicing through cutback lanes with decisive burst. Ball security borders on obsessive. One fumble across 395 career touches demonstrates the kind of reliability that earns trust in critical late game situations. Yards after contact reduction is exceptional. Defenders who gets hands on him rarely finishes the job because of the leg drive and the balance that keeps him moving forward. Soft, natural hands as a receiver, making him a legitimate check down option, transition smoothly from catch to run without losing momentum or rhythm. Again, that's another great comp. We all know how Ashton Jeanty is. Jeanty is definitely has the balance based with his legs and stuff like that. So he's hard to to bring down, almost kind of like a bowling ball. He bounces off of tackles or whatever. So again, another great comp, someone that is similar to Ashton Jeanty as far as style wise. So another solid running back to keep an eye on at the scouting combine. All right, next on the list is Nebraska's Emmett Johnson. He's 5'11", 200 pounds. He has exceptional vision that allows him to set up blocks and identify running lanes before they're fully materialized, pressing the line of scrimmage with the patience of a veteran. Electric low body agility produces string together cuts that leave defenders grasping at air. His jump cut ability to bounce outside the tackle box consistently creates positive yardage. Versatile scheme fit with proven production in inside zones, outside zone, and dual concepts. Reads his keys cleanly and makes decisive decisions on whether to bounce or bang it in up inside. Legitimate weapon in the passing game with 46 receptions in 2025. His route tree and soft hands make him more than just a check down option on third downs. Slippery ball carrier who gets skinny through tight creases and minimizes the strike zone for incoming defenders, preserving his body and avoiding the big clean shots. So as you see here, they're pretty much all similar. Again, it's because of the scheme. Coaches like to find similar backs that fits the profile of what they're looking for. And so far, these three running backs definitely fits that mode. So another solid prospect to keep an eye on at the scouting combine. All right, the next running back is going to be Penn State running back Nicholas Singleton. Singleton is 6 foot, 220 pounds. He has exceptional burst through the line of scrimmage, creates immediate vertical stress on defenses that must account for his home run ability on every touch. He displays controlled, quick footwork, allowing a sudden deceleration, and immediate cuts that help him navigate tight spaces between the tackles. He has improved patience during his junior season, showing maturity and letting blocks develop before exploding through the openings. Elite top-end speed, documented by his 23.6 miles per hour on GPS that erases pursuit angles once he breaks into the open field. Possesses impressive contact balance that allows him to run through arm tackles while maintaining forward momentum. Developed into a legitimate receiving threat with soft hands and route running ability that creates matches against linebackers. Advanced pass protection skills with the willingness to square up blitzing linebackers and deliver solid strikes in protection. So, again, this is going to be a similar take on pretty much all these prospects. And one of the reasons why, I picked these prospects out for us to take a look at. Again, I'm looking at prospects that will fit into Clint Kubiak's scheme. So a lot of these guys are going to have the similar traits that they should be looking for. So again, another solid prospect we need to be keeping our eyes on at the scouting combine. Next up is Singleton's running mate, his teammate, Kaytron Allen from Penn State. He's 5'11", 220 pounds. Shows exceptional patience behind the line of scrimmage, allowing blocks to develop before hitting holes with decisive one-cut ability that maximizes yardage potential. Built with a thick, powerful lower half that penetrates substantial drive through contact. Routinely pushes piles forward and falling forward for extra yards when wrapped up. Runs with outstanding leverage and pad level, presenting minimal surface area for defenders to attack while maintaining balance through glancing holes. Demonstrates elite vision when navigating traffic instinctively, finding cutback lanes, and exploiting defenses over pursuing with subtle shifts in running attacks. Possesses impressive bursts to the line of scrimmage that relies on his size getting to the second level quickly before defenders can react. So they had a two-headed monster there at Penn State in Singleton and Allen. And it showed in their rushing attack. Both of those guys were similar in body style, 6 foot 220, 5'11", 220. So again, common theme. And another solid running back to keep an eye on at the scouting combine. Now, this next prospect is going to be a sneaky sleeper prospect. He's going to kind of fly under the radar, depending on what he does at the combine. He can probably open up a lot of eyes there, but he's definitely a sleeper prospect that once I do as a scouting report, you can be like, wow, okay, and someone that we can possibly get in the fourth round. The guy I'm talking about is Wake Forest, Damon Claiborne. He's 5'10", 195. He has lateral agility that borders on ridiculousness. This cat can plant and redirect faster than defenders can process what's happening. His vision and patience behind the line of scrimmage reminds you of Le'Veon Bell. He sees lanes developing before they actually open up. Contact balance through traffic is exceptional for someone under 200 pounds. He bounces off of tackles like a pinball. Acceleration through the hole hits different when watching him on film. Goes from patience to explosive in one step when he commits. Natural hands out of the backfield with 76% catch rate, and he only dropped 2 balls across his entire entire season. He has elite kick return average of 26.7 yards per return. He has 2 career touchdowns, so it makes him an immediate special teams value. So again, this is another prospect that I was looking at that I found kind of a gem hidden behind a rock. So he definitely caught my eye. Put him on the list. Again, this is a sleeper prospect. For me, like I said, depending on how he does at the scouting combine, which I do anticipate that he's going to run a really good 40. He's going to show his skills, and he is going to climb. But as of right now, he is projected to go in the 4th round. Again, another solid prospect for us to take a look at the scouting combine. And lastly, it's going to be the wide receiver group. And the first on the list of the wide receivers is going to be USC's Makai Lemon. He's 5'11", 195. Lemon understands leverage at the line better than some NFL vets. Watch him work corners out of position before his break, and you see he is a technician route runner. Hands are stupid good. 3 drops and 175 targets over 2 seasons. Quarterbacks trust him in traffic because he has earned that trust every single rep. He wins jump balls and has no business winning at the size he is. He's 5'11". Went 10 for 15 on contested catches as a junior, attacking the ball at his peak and ripping it away from taller defenders. Once he gets rolling, good luck staying with him through his cuts. Snaps off breaks without losing speed and stacks corners who bite on his stems. He finds the soft spots and zones like he's reading the coverage from the press box. Shows up in windows right when his quarterback needs him there. So again, one of the things we're going to be looking for, that I'm going to be looking for, is his route running. They said he has precise route running. They said he has good feet. They said he snatches the ball out of the air. He doesn't drop passes or whatever. So that's some of the things, again, why I watch the scouting combine, because what I see on tape, what I read from their bio, I want it to match up when I see them do the drills that tries to get those abilities out. So again, solid wide receiver to be taking a look at the scouting combine. Next up on the list is going to be wide receiver Denzel Boston from Washington. He is 6'4", 209. And dude is built like a true X receiver. His 6'4" frame with long arms, and he definitely knows how to use every inch of that frame to wall off corners and pluck balls out of the air using his outside body leverage. Time speed says 4.5, but put on tape, he plays faster than that. Gets up to speed quick and carries it through his routes without any wasted steps. Go watch the deep balls. Head comes around early, tracks it over his shoulder like a center fielder, adjusts to back shoulders, and as good as anyone in this class. 20 touchdowns in 2 years, and most of them came in the red zone. This kid just knows how to score. He wins on fades, he boxes out on slants, and finds the soft spots. Hands are legit. Vice grips. When he catches through contact, DBs can get a hand in there, and still he is coming down with it 9 times out of 10. So things there. With his hands, being able to catch through contact on deep balls, so the drills that they run when, they're running down the field, and then they say now, they don't want you looking at the ball. They want to make sure that that you can get your head around and locate the ball in a split second. They don't want you kind of, peeking over your shoulder because the ball is already in the air when the quarterback's stored at the combine. They want to make sure that you can, get, and then all of a sudden in a split second turn around and catch the ball. So they want to, see the hand-eye contact. So again, things that I want to look at. And then they said that, his speed was timed in college at 4.5, but they said he plays faster than that. So again, that's another thing. Hopefully he runs the 40. Hopefully we get to see, if he is faster than the 4.5, or if he's slower than the 4.5, that's something that we need to keep an eye on. So another solid prospect for us to keep an eye on at the scouting combine. All right, next up on the list is going to be wide receiver from Alabama, Jeremy Bernard. He's 6'1", 204. He runs routes like a 10-year vet. His ability to manipulate tempo and sell subtle fakes at the top of his stems consistently leaves defensive backs a half step too late. Owns the immediate field between hashes, dig routes, shallow crosses, slants. If it breaks inside between 8 and 18 yards, Bernard is going to win that rep every single time. Hands, you can trust on third downs. Just 4 charted drops on 232 career targets is a ridiculous catch rate, and the reliability shows up most when the chains need to be moved. Tracks the deep ball beautifully in flight, adjusting the speed and angle with a natural field that outplays his time speed. His deep receiving production consistently outkicks his 4.5 40. Catches the ball and immediately becomes a runner with 0 transition time. Those first 3 steps after the grab come with a real burst, even if the long speed is just okay. So again, that's something that I'm going to be looking at when it comes to this prospect is what is his speed? What does he run in the 40? Again, the 40 is not the end all be all, but at the again, if you're not fast, you better be elite, or you better be almost elite in the other areas. And sounds like this kid has it. Being able to stem, being able to use his body, being able to be quick in and out of his routes on slants and digs and stuff like that. So That's the gauntlet would be a drill that I'm going to watch with him at the combine. So again, another solid prospect that we need to be keep an eye on when we are watching the scouting combine. So the next prospect, I really like this guy. He definitely showed up on film for me. I was watching a lot of Notre Dame games early on just because it was kind of reported that, because we didn't know where we were going to be in the draft, and this is early in the season. And so it was kind of reports out of Raiders camp that they were doing a lot of their homework on CJ Carr, the quarterback from Notre Dame. So what I did is I started, watching a lot of the Notre Dame games or whatever, just kind of get a feel of CJ Carr. And like I said, this guy right here jumped off the screen. Every game. He's going to be a solid wide receiver in the league. The only thing that I'm looking at is what is his speed, what is his 40. Again, hopefully he runs the 40, because outside of that, he has everything else. The guy that I'm talking about is Notre Dame wide receiver Malachi Fields. He's 6'4", 218, and built like a power forward with the wingspan and body control that to turn every jump ball into a mismatch at the catch point. Contested catches borders on absurd. He attacks the football at its peak, boxes out defenders, backs with his frame, and rips the ball away from coverage like it belongs to him. Reliable hands that work outside of his frame with a real grip strength. He plucks the ball cleanly in traffic rather than trapping it against his body. Even when contacts arrive early, which is a good for me. I like hand catchers. I like receivers, man, that is a hand catcher and not a body catcher. So that definitely is a check mark for me, and one of the reasons why I have him on this list. Excellent feel for zone coverages, consistently setting into soft zones for his quarterback and presenting his big frame as a target. His quarterback background shows up in how he reads and reacts to defensive leverages. So again, one of the things, because he has everything, he has all the skills that I'm looking for in a true X receiver, and that's something that we're going to be looking at and that we're going to need on this roster. So he is definitely high on my list, and again, hopefully, it's not an end all be all, but I definitely want to see him run a really good time at the combine. Like I said, 4.6. I'm cool with that because he has everything else, right? But he can't run like a 4.7 or 4.8. He can't be in that range. So, anyways, another solid receiver to keep an eye on at the combine this week or next week. And I saved the last two prospects for last. Why? Because of Fernando Mendoza's running mates there at Indiana. So again, if we draft Fernando Mendoza, I would love to see the Raiders draft at least one of his running mates in the draft. Familiarity, someone that he knows and feels comfortable with. So the first person on the list is going to be wide receiver Elijah Surratt. Surratt is 6'2", 209. He snatches the ball away from his body with natural confidence and rarely lets contested catches slip through his fingers in traffic. He has body control that belongs into the excellent category. The leaping grab he made against Michigan State in 2024 contorting midair while maintaining positioning on the defender shows what he can do at the catch point. The immediate route work is where he earns his paycheck. His ability to locate soft spots in the zone coverage and settle at the precise depth needed to move the chains comes from a serious film study. Owns remarkable feel for the sticks, converting 43 of 53 catches into first downs or touchdowns during his campaign speaks to his understanding of spacing and leverage in critical situations. Brings physicality mentality to the blocking game that you love to see from a receiver. He gets his hands on linebackers and safeties and sustains contact long enough to spring outside runs. Why is that important? Because that's what Klint Kubiak wants in his scheme. He needs in his scheme to be successful, as everybody's got to be working together. Not only does the offensive line, have to protect the quarterback and open up holes for the running lane, the tight ends as well, or tight ends and wide receivers as well. So they need wide receivers that are willing and able to block, and that's something that Surratt definitely brings to the table, as well as the other receivers that we talked about on this list or whatever. So, but again, I wanted to highlight that because that's one of Mendoza's guys, and definitely something that the Raiders are going to need to fill out this roster. So another solid prospect to keep an eye on at the scouting combine. And last but not, we have Indiana's Omar Cooper. He's 6 foot, 201 pounds. He has exceptional hands, and catch radius allows him to haul in passes away from his frame with impressive body control, consistently making contested grabs like his routine. Outstanding contact balance and finishing toughness enables him to run through arm tackles and break multiple tackle attempts. Ranks top 10 nationally in forced missed tackles this season. Elite run after catch ability combines short area agility with running back like balance to turn short completions into explosive chunk plays. 9th nationally in yards after catch. Vertical speed and acceleration off the line creates legitimate deep threat capability that forces safeties to respect his ability to stretch the field and win over the top. And physical willingness as a blocker on perimeter shows competitive toughness and team first mentality that defensive coordinators notice when evaluating receivers on tape. His natural ball tracking skills particularly shine on deep throws where he adjusts fluid to off target passes and maintains focus through contact after the catch point. So again, a lot of great prospects that we touched on. Hopefully this helps you guys out and gives you some prospects to take a look at and watch the scouting combine, in confidence, knowing that I gave you some prospects to keep an eye on and check out. Prospects that could be ending up as Raiders. Again, we have 10 draft picks. Every one of these guys on this list fits that mode of a Klint Kubiak scheme. So hopefully this was helpful and help your boy out. Like and subscribe. Again, it's commitment to bring you excellence podcast. Every like and every subscriber, man, I'm blessed to have. So help your boy out, like and subscribe on the page. And next up is going to be the defensive side of the ball. with prospects, again, that we need to be looking at that is going to be fitting our new defensive coordinator, Rob Leonard, scheme. So, all right, Raider Nation, you guys stay up and look out for the next podcast coming your way.